Hey everyone, I'm back for day 3, and we're going to continue on with where we left off. So we're going to go back to the tutorial here. And so this is basically where this core curriculum is split into 3 chapters. But this is the tutorial. We're going to learn how to create our first experience. Learn about the important concepts for developing on Roblox by recreating a simple 3D platformer experience where players collect coins to trade for jump power. So where we left off. So we're going to start a new project, and we're going to recreate a 3D platformer. This is just going to allow the player to collect coins for jumping power. So let's get started. We already watched this video. Or maybe we didn't. Let me see.
In this tutorial series, you'll learn how to create a simple platforming game, commonly called an obby on Roblox, where you'll collect coins across a series of platforms on C-stacks. Players spawn on an island and can't jump at the start. As they collect coins, they'll spend them to upgrade their jumping power through clicking an upgrade button on screen. Falling into the water will cause the player to respawn and lose their coins, and the objective is to reach the flare at the top of the highest platform. The tutorial series is broken down into 3 sections. Building, where you'll learn how to create the basic structure of the world with in-studio assets. Scripting, where you'll learn how to create the gameplay for the experience using Luau scripts. And polishing, where you'll learn how to finish off your experience with lighting, visual effects, and high-quality 3D assets. Let's get started.
So we're going to create this obby from scratch, and let's get started. So it's divided into 3 parts. First, chapter 1, build a gray box. So we're going to create a project. If you don't know how to create a project, we're going to choose a template. We can start from scratch, but we can start with a template. But what we're going to do is we're going to create a project. We're going to do it all the way from scratch. So let's see here. Looks like we're going to have to learn it with the template. This is how the tutorial wants us to use the template. We're not going to start it from scratch. So we're going to go ahead and go to Roblox Studio, and we're going to choose one of the templates. We're going to choose the base plate template. So Roblox Studio, we're going to go here. We're going to open this. This is the base plate template. We're gonna save it. I'm gonna save it as island jumper. So all right. Or let's see this. Um, let's start a new project. We click here. It says in the upper left corner, click the new experience right here. Yeah, it starts with that base plate template. So in the right side of the window, expand the workspace branch and then select base plate. So right here, the right side of the window, expand the workspace, click on base plate, and so we've selected it. Then we're gonna delete it. Press delete. The viewport displays an empty world with a spawn location in the middle. So let's delete that. So we're just left with the spawn location. No. So in the next section, we're gonna use the terrain editor. Let's watch this video.
In this section, you'll learn how to create an environment with terrain. Terrain is the easiest way to create a large organic environment in Studio. You can use a range of materials and tools to generate and sculpt a natural scene using the terrain editor. For this project, you'll make a small island where players spawn and jump on the first few platforms of the obby.
Alright, so we're gonna create the island using terrain editor, which is a tool in the Roblox Studio. Allows us to generate and customize organic materials within the 3D space that look and behave like natural materials from the real world. So let's create the island. First step in creating your environment is to create a small island that players will spawn to when they start the experience, and when their health reaches 0 after they fall off a platform. So when we start our game, the players are going to spawn on our island that we're going to create when they first start the game, or whenever they die. They'll spawn right on the platform, on the island. They'll respawn there. So using the draw tool, you can click and drag anywhere within the viewport to generate a large sphere of terrain to start the island, which you can later shape and flatten for a wide surface area. So let's go to the toolbar's home tab and click terrain button. So the home tab right here is clicked. Then we click on the terrain. So right here, this window changed. In the brush settings and material settings sections, keep all default setting except for the following. So let's go back. Brush settings. Yes, this is now where, let's see. Maybe I missed something here. Oh, I was supposed to click on draw. Click the edit tab in the terrain editor window. Click the edit tab, then the draw button. So edits in the terrain editor. This is the terrain editor window right here. Click edit and then draw. So now we have the brush settings options here. Look at this. All right. Keep all default settings except for the following. So we're gonna keep everything, the default settings, except for we're gonna change the brush size to 32 and set source material to sand. All right, so let's go. Brush size 32. Let's drag this to 32. Look at that. Zooming out, you see how big the brush is. And then the material. To sand, we gotta set it to sand, the source material. Okay, which one is sand? Okay, this one right here. So that's selected now. So we got our source material set to sand. All right. So in the viewport, click near the spawn location in the viewport. A sphere of sand material displays. So let's click near the spawn location. So this is the spawn, the selected object here is our spawn location. So we're gonna click near it. There we go. We have a sphere of sand material. All right. So this isn't our island yet. We gotta kind of mold it into our island. So let's see. Let's click on this. That shows us how it's supposed to look. The sphere. So let's shape the island. Right? If you keep the island in its current shape, players will have a difficult time navigating without falling off the island. Using the flatten tool, you can click and drag on the sphere to evening level the terrain on a fixed plane and provide players a relatively flat surface as they start your experience. While the shape initially looks unnatural, you can also use the sculpt tool around the edges of the island to ensure it looks organic and realistic. So let's click on the flatten button in the terrain editor window right here. So look at this. Let's zoom out. So in the brush settings section, set keep everything the same except let's now shrink the size of the brush to 18. Or actually increase it to 18. Alright, so brush size is now 18, and now set the flattened plane to fixed. So this is flattened. Hold on. Fixed. Alright. Not sure what all this does, but set fixed Y plane to 0. It's already on that. Fixed Y plane. Alright, so in the viewport, click and drag your mouse around the sphere until it's completely flat on top. Alright, let's do that. Click and drag. There we go. There we go. It's flattened now. There we go, now it's flat. There we go, we just flattened it. Okay. Looking good. Alright. This is how it's done. There we go. Back to the terrain window. Click on the scope button. Terrain editor window. So go right here to scope. In the brush settings and material settings section, set source material to sand. Otherwise, keep all the default settings. So let's click on the sand for our material. All right. Okay, so in the viewport, click and drag your mouse around the island's edges and below the waterline to make the island look more natural. Around the island edges. So alright, let's go and do that around the island edges. Oh, look at this. What's going on here? Let's click the video and see what it's gonna look like. All right. All right, so I don't know what happened here. How do we remove this? Let's Command Z. All right. So I used Command Z to reverse our actions on this object here. So Command Z. So around the edges. So try to stay away from the center. So get around the edges here. All right. That's what I'll do for mine. Doesn't look great, but that will do for now. Let's create the water. While there are multiple ways to generate a large body of water, the following instructions utilize the terrain editor's fill tool. This method allows you to replace any material in a specific region with another material, including air itself. To create the water around the island, in the terrain editor window, click the fill button. So let's click on fill. Now we have this gizmo here. In the selection settings section, set position to 0, -15, 0, to ensure the water fills below the top of the island. So in the selection settings section, see, position 0, -15, 0. And then the size to 1800, 5, 1800. $1,800, 5, 1,800. Okay. Let's zoom out and see this. Look at this. We have this large square. I don't know what this is, but it was that large square. So it's that square that we just, we can change it by dragging the edges of the box. Or we can just put in the numbers here. We'll leave it at that right now. This is 5. I don't know why it doesn't stay. position is different as well. It was supposed to be 0, -15. Because we moved it around. I don't know why it doesn't stay. It goes, the numbers I put in is 5, but every time I enter it, it changes to 8 or 4. And the position changes. All right, I don't know what's going on with that, but we're gonna leave it right here for now. And we'll continue to work on this island here that we're shaping up. Until next time, peace.